I'm a yellow duck, so we can do like different... Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Wait a sec. Already we have better customization than Ghost of Tabor or Escape from Tarkov. Love him to death. He is just wonderful. Oh yeah, he's got the Air Force Ones. Oh, why your grippers out? What a face. Yeah, no fucking wonder. Look at me mugging everyone. Let me introduce you to a free demo that I am trying out right now called Escape from Duckov, a single-player extraction shooter that really is far better than what Tarkov ever could be. Well, I'm gonna give you 3 reasons as to why Escape from Duckov is better than Tarkov. You may ask why. Well, let's start with the biggest problem at hand, but has been solved by Escape from Duckov, and that... When you play Tarkov, chances are you're playing around 40 to even less FPS, depending on the map that you're playing on. These optimization patches that are on the roadmap are not really doing the game any justice to making it easier to play on older end PCs. On screen right now is my PC specs, and to be honest with you, it's really hard to run even with 16 cores and a 16GB GPU. And whenever I look at other videos, you can tell that you would need either a NASA or a pre-built PC that costs around $5,000 in order for you to play at optimal levels. But with Escape from Duckov, you don't really have to worry about that because it runs buttery smooth. I can get around 100 FPS at 1440p at max settings and not even have any frame drops. Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
I'm a fucking idiot. You don't understand how bad I am at this game. It is fucking incredible I ain't even able to play this game with a fucking brain cell.
And it's already better because that's 60 FPS higher than the average person would get when playing Escape from Tarkov. And it seems as though that most extraction shooters do have this problem of having FPS drops or really hard to run, and especially new generation of PCs and tech that's coming out. You almost need DLSS, FSR, super resolution, frame gen in order to play these games at a good resolution while still playing at a good FPS, which is a problem in and on its own, but I've seen it more recently with a lot of extraction shooters more than anything else. And maybe it's just because they're quote-unquote super realistic or quote-unquote hardcore, but I like Escape from Duckov because it's simple. It's simplified Escape from Tarkov just with ducks. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, let me heal. Ah! Get the fuck away out of here. We're gonna run. What the fuck? Come on. That was much more accurate too. Woo! Oh! No! I was right there to heal. No! Head eyes. Fuck off. But it's not just about it running smoothly that had me impressed. It was also about... First of all, Escape from Duckov is a lot more simplified for an extraction shooter. There are in-depth mechanics that you may not know about, but it is a casual extraction shooter. There's even like a bullet spread when you're shooting too fast as well. I find that to be very unique. You'd usually think, oh yeah, it's click and point, it's no big deal. No, there's depth to this game. There's like serious depth. I myself, a certified empty brain extraordinaire, can play this game easily without feeling the pressure of other players, learning maps, or trying to unjam my AK-47 because Nikita hates fun. For example, there are tidbits of attachments and different kinds of reticles and stuff like that you can add onto your weapon and customize it, but it's not super in depth for like the receiver, for the barrel extension, for the pistol grip, none of that stuff. It's just simplified, easy to understand to add these attachments or magazines or whatever else onto your gun and use it to survive. That's sick. Okay, so there are attachments. I wonder how... Oh, it even changed the reticle. Let's see how good this is. Definitely an SMG still, without a shadow of a doubt. Other thing to note is that it is pretty in-depth when it comes to stats, because stats in these kinds of games matter, especially for how the weapon handles, how fast it shoots, the muzzle velocity, all that stuff does matter in games like this. And knowing those little details and hovering over the guns to show those details, mwah, muy bien. Now, the second thing we got to talk about is the style of the game. It's a top-down shooter. It's not a first-person shooter. It's not a third-person shooter. It takes a different approach of an extraction shooter, and I love it. But I think with extraction shooters, it makes sense as to why this is like this, especially with Tarkov, and that's because all these extraction shooters are trying to be hardcore or realistic in some form or manner, and it makes it difficult to play those games because it takes too much time out of your hands. I love the single-player experience because I get to play at my own pace, at my own time, while still enjoying the extraction shooter genre as it is. The only difference is that you're playing with ducks and shooting other ducks in order to be able to survive and win. Take that gun off your hands, thank you. Oh, what? I want your axe. Oh, I made a mistake. Listen, a duck to a shotgun, the shotgun's going to win. Let's just be frank. And I think this casual variation of extraction shooters should be more popularized because, in my opinion, it makes things a lot easier not only for people to buy into the game and enjoy it at their own pace, but allows them to continuously play it and replay it every single time they even pop it up. Because the replay value of extraction shooters is massive. A lot of people love it because wipes happen all the time in multiplayer extraction shooters, while in single-player extraction shooters, you get to continuously do different builds and different kinds of weapons and armors and whatever else. To be honest with you, it's something that I hoped that more extraction shooters did, instead of adding in hoops and ladders and all these other obstacles that make it difficult to play the game to begin with. Because they still have some of the mechanics an extraction shooter would have, especially with the quote-unquote realistic recoil that's super difficult to master. But when you play this game, there's still recoil in it. When you continuously shoot a gun, your mouse keeps moving on screen and make it difficult for you to hold the gun on the position of the ducks that you're trying to shoot at. And I love every single bit of it. There's some other things to note as well. Obviously, you have your own hideout. The cool thing about the hideout that I think a lot of other extraction shooters should try out is customizing your hideout to the full extent. Like, I would love to have different wallpapers and stuff like that, but this game allows you to actually manually put the traders into different parts of the hideout so it's customized to your liking. And obviously with Tarkov, you do have wallpapers and stuff like that you can add on there, which I'm much appreciative of. But this idea of being able to move stores or workshops or whatever else to the person's liking, so it's organized and it's easier for people to just run and go if need be, wonderful. I'm not even finished with the demo right now, and there's other parts of the map or the hideout that can unlock certain things like water regeneration. I think there's like generators and electricities and a couple other things as well. I think personalization makes it feel much more immersive because it is the character that you're making, the hideout that you're making, the weapons that you're making, and it is yours. Another thing to add is maps. The maps are really in depth. There's even variable loot boxes where every time you reset or go back to the map, not all the loot boxes are the same. Sometimes they'll move, sometimes they won't even be there at all. Sometimes they'll be very good when you open it. And honestly, I love that because it adds more replayability to an extraction shooter that I like. It's not just simplified, oh, there's a box right here with randomized loot, call it a day. No, boxes move and disappear on a whim, and you don't even know where the boxes are going to be located at. Now with the maps, there's two of them. One is called Ground Zero, the second one's called the Warehouse, and both of these are basically similar to how I would call the starter maps. And these maps are interesting and very rememberable because they have points of interest that you can understand and be like, okay, I need to go in this direction if I want to go to a different location, etc., etc. And it makes it much more streamlined. This entire thing is just streamlined, and I'm praising it because I need this to be more in games. I'm tired of it, okay? And about the maps themselves, I love being able to actually look where I'm at. I feel like a lot of extraction shooters need to add this more often, where the map design, I can see it and understand where I need to go, and to increase the pace of the game, because I hate trying to find out where I'm at, having to look up wikis, looking up where the fuck I am, and then trying to find the extraction area, then wasting all of my 45 minutes of a raid to not even find it. Maybe that's just a skill issue on my part, but I do think that it makes things more streamlined so that people can just jump on in and enjoy the fun at hand, which Escape from Duckov has truly mastered. There's other little details too, like durability, the level of chance of penetrating your armor, and a couple other things that you'd normally see in an extraction shooter, which I love. What are those? They're fucking mushroom people? Let me, you know, I want to fight you guys. Okay. What the fuck? Here we go, though. Could enhance this. Gotcha. Okay. There's different types of classes as well I haven't even got into yet. Like survivalist, porter, berserker, marksman. Like, I assume marksman is going to be just sniping people left and right with a skill set like that. And obviously, there are simplified quests. You can go out there, find materials, come back, give them to the traders, and then upgrade the traders to be able to sell better stuff. And to be honest with you, I like this progression system where every quest always gives you something to unlock or get something in return. Something that I think Tarkov does really well, but I think the most difficult part about it is there's too many variables to try to find these items to begin with, where a lot of people actually get stuck on this quest and trying to find like the 3 Salewas, or even like finding Kek tape or some shit. It takes forever to do that, to find it in raid. But in this game, if you buy it or have it, you just give it to the traders and call it a day. But let's talk about the third and final thing I need to talk about, why it's better than Escape from Tarkov, and that's... I think a lot of games now have these FOMOs and ongoing live services that miss out on a lot of people who have jobs or busy lives. And to be honest with you, it's a great change of pace that this game exists so that people who don't have that much time can invest in that much time, because there's no real time limit being on a map. And if anything, you can continuously go on until nighttime or until the next day. You can continuously fight over a long period of time without having to worry about the time limit and trying to find an extract, unless, you obviously have great loot. I also appreciate that when you pause the game, it actually pauses, and then you can go back to the position that you were in or the day that you're on and go back to where you were. I think that's really what makes this game for casual gamers or people who don't have that much time, is being able to go at your own pace, decide what you want to do without the pressure of a timer or the pressure of other players trying to hunt you down and all that jazz. It just feels really good to play a casual extraction shooter finally after so long. It feels nice. And take out all your anger on these ducks with an RPK, maybe lay down a trap and riddle a swan with bullets, or even kill the boss on the map and spoil yourself with a lot of choco milk. I wish more extraction shooters had a variation of, PvE/casual mode, and I think that a lot of games out there are really missing the mark on their replayability value by just making it multiplayer. If they add in more PvE or a single player experience, I think it would just make a lot more people come around to experience what extraction shooters are all about. But for the most part, 4 out of 5 for me right now, especially as the demo. It's crazy how much stuff that you can play in that demo for. I'm very excited for the future of this game, and I'm hoping that you enjoyed this video as well, showcasing this game. What are your thoughts about the game? Do you like it? Do you hate it? It's free right now. Go and test it out yourself and give your honest opinion about it. And that is it from me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I think the next video I'm going to be making is going to be a special one. Hopefully a special one, that is. And yeah, deuces. Take care, everyone.